Next time you need to get work done on your home, or your car, or your garden, make sure you choose a trader you can trust. And don't just choose any trader, choose a Which? Trusted trader. Our trading standards professionals only endorse traders who've passed our rigorous assessment that includes credit reports, customer satisfaction surveys, reference checks, and interviews. When we say a trader's good enough to display our Which? Trusted trader logo, you can trust us. But don't take our word for it. Search Which? Trusted Traders online to see our directory of around 4,000 traders. Every customer review you read there is verified genuine by our moderators, so you can choose with confidence. To find a local trader you can trust, search Which? Trusted Traders or go to which.co.uk/traders. That's which.co.uk/traders. Everybody needs a trader they can trust.
Hello and welcome to Which Shorts. Each week on the podcast we give you a taster of one of the Which magazines and bring to life a piece that was written by one of our brilliant writers. This week we're going to explore whether or not a thermal imaging camera could be your best bet for identifying how to improve the efficiency of your home. In the December edition of the Which Tech magazine, Karen Lawrence explained how they work, where you can get your hands on one, and ultimately how much you could end up saving if you made the changes in your home based on its findings. Here's her piece, adapted for the podcast, this week read by me, James Rowe. Energy bills have risen. Again. We all spend hundreds, if not thousands of pounds every year on energy bills to keep our homes warm. But a lot of that heat is wasted. It simply leaks out of the building one way or another. The remedies for this, although effective, can be costly and disruptive, such as installing insulation or replacing heating systems. If you're renting, these options may not even be available at all. But there are smaller, cost-effective measures you can take to prevent all that precious heat from escaping quite so quickly. The first steps are to locate the gaps that cause the drafts, identify missing or inadequate insulation, and find other areas that can be fixed with a spot of simple DIY. That's where a thermal camera can help. These are devices that can see heat. Thermal imaging, or thermography, works by detecting infrared radiation, which is invisible to the human eye. Objects emit varying amounts of infrared radiation according to their temperature. A thermal camera then converts the intensity of radiation into a visible image. When pointed at your home, the camera detects the infrared radiation emitted by the walls, windows, and roof. It then uses this information to display a visual map of the surface temperatures. To see a clear distinction between warmer and cooler surfaces, thermal surveys are generally done during the winter. Thermal imaging can help you spot where heat leaks out of your property. It's especially helpful for pinpointing heat leaks that are hard to find in any other way, such as drafts through gaps and cracks that are hidden from view, patchy or missing insulation inside lofts and cavity walls, and missing or broken seals around doors and windows. When looking at thermal images for clues as to where your home's weak spots are, it's important not to jump to conclusions. But there are certain indicators that suggest you'd be wise to follow up with further investigation. It's common to find problems at the junctions between structural elements, around windows and doors, at the eaves and skirtings. This can be due to gaps, cracks, leaks or poor insulation or thermal bridging, points that let heat pass through more easily. It's not always easy to fix yourself, but a professional surveyor should be able to advise on the best course of action. When you're looking at external walls, if you know they're uninsulated, you'd expect them to lose heat, but they're still likely to register a fairly even temperature across most of the surface. If you have a solid or cavity wall insulation, you should expect to see much less heat loss. Any bright spots could indicate possible weaknesses, such as poor insulation or areas where insulation has failed. Cavity wall beads can leak out if gaps haven't been sealed correctly, and even well-installed insulation can fail over time, usually due to moisture. It's sometimes possible to top up failed cavity wall insulation, but it will often need removing and replacing. If this is the cause of the problem, check the age of the insulation. If it's still under warranty, contact the installer or insurer to get it fixed before paying someone else to remove or replace it. If you hire a professional to carry out a thermal imaging survey, they will know what to look for and what the images mean. Following the survey, they'll provide you with a full report detailing any areas of concern. To find a local surveyor, search for heat loss survey, thermal imaging home inspection or infrared thermography, or IRT. You can find a local trustworthy firm that we recommend at trustedtraders.which.co.uk. We reckon prices should start from around £300 for a small home. If you have access to a thermal camera yourself, you could do your own survey. The cheapest option is to borrow one. Octopus Energy, for example, has a camera loan scheme for its customers. It's so popular that it's now closed for this winter, but you can apply to join the waiting list for next winter. Some local councils operate a thermal camera loan scheme too. The cheapest camera rental is likely to come through a community-based organisation. The Library of Things network has thermal cameras available for £15 a day in some locations, whereas hire shops rent out thermal cameras, usually by the week, for around £100 to £200. However, you may also have to pay a hefty security deposit of more than £500. If you can't afford a local hire option, you could buy a thermal camera yourself. Lower price versions are available that plug into an Android or Apple phone, and you can pick one up for less than £200. The main reason you'd use a thermal imaging camera is to ultimately save money in the long run. Adding insulation to walls, roofs, floors is an expensive job, and often one for a professional, but it can cut heating bills by hundreds of pounds a year. Depending on the size of your home, installing 270mm of loft insulation, for example, can save between £180 and £340 a year, while installing cavity wall insulation can save up to £370 a year. Draft proofing is the cheapest and easiest DIY fix though, and using a thermal imaging camera can ensure you can do a thorough job. It won't save you as much as insulation, but it will help. And it's not just about the savings. Eliminating draft will make your home feel more comfortable at a lower temperature. Turning down your thermostat by just 1 degree could cut a further £85 to £90. If you're looking to upgrade your home with improvements that could reduce your energy bills, you can use the Which Home Energy Planning service to get a free, personalised plan. The link is in the show notes. This week I was reading that piece originally written by Karen Lawrence and published in the December edition of the Which Tech magazine. To read it in full, then be sure to become a Which Tech member. I'll pop a link in the show notes for you to find out more. And for more advice on how to live sustainably, why not check out our free monthly sustainability newsletter? That link is also in the show notes. You'll also find links there to Which Trusted Traders, as well as our home energy planning service. We'll be taking a break next week, but we'll be back in the new year for more episodes of Which Shorts. In the meantime, you can check out some of our other podcasts from us here at Which. We've got the Money Podcast, where we give you a dose of financial advice every Friday, and Get Answers, where we explore everyday consumer problems. Just search Which Money and Which Get Answers wherever you're listening. Which Short was produced and edited by me, James Rowe, while the exec producer was Samara McCarrath.
Saving for retirement can feel daunting. The same goes for managing your money once you've stopped working. That's why we've created an 8-week newsletter series breaking down what you need to consider, both pre- and post-retirement, into bite-sized chunks. If you sign up to our free retirement newsletters, for 8 weeks we'll send you an email full of expert guidance to help you take control of your retirement planning and give you the confidence to make smart decisions. We'll help you get to grips with your pension, teach you how to boost your income, and explain more about care options. It doesn't matter when you sign up either. Your 8 weeks of advice will start whenever you sign up. So what are you waiting for? Head to which.co.uk/retirement newsletters, all one word, to get up to speed on everything you need to know for retirement.